Cause nobody can do it like Mixmaster can. Come on, I got the D-double-O style. And here we go again because it's been a while. You and me, your baby, don't touch that dial. I rock from Manhattan to the Miracle Mile. My name is Rocky and I'm a lady's choice.
Vi se nalazite u emisiji Lufting.
Zdravo svima, vi gledate emisiju Lufting. U ovoj epizodi vas očekuje puno kreativnih ljudi, a to je zato što vas vodimo u Kragujevac, na festival fotografije Fotorama.
Vi se nalazite u emisiji Lufting.
Ja sam Marko Stomazović, kragujevački fotograf, vi gledate Lufting.
Hello, my name is Ellie Gardner. I'm a visual journalist, and you're watching Lufting.
Hola, mi nombre es Oscar Duran, soy un periodista visual y están mirando Lufting. First, I started doing photography before I did films, and I think it's a different language. For me, going into films was expanding what I liked about photography. It was a new tool. With photography you can do this much, with video you can do more. And there are some stories that are better told with photo and there are others that are told with video. So that was exciting to have something new.
For me, my favorite part of videography and film is actually the same as photography, and that's just connecting with people and meeting new people and hearing stories. Through my job, I've interacted with people I would otherwise never meet. And to me that's very rich. I get a better perspective on how people live all over the world.
How did you meet each other and how did you start to create together?
Great question.
We actually met a newspaper in St. Louis, Missouri in the United States. She was a photographer there and I was doing video for 3 months. And yes, that's how we were friends back then, just friends.
And I was going to South America to teach, and I decided to look up my old friend Oscar from the newspaper, and turns out he was in Peru for a quick visit, so we reconnected, and 5 days later we were together and started working together 6 months later when we moved to Lima, Peru from the United States, where we were both working, and formed a company called Inti Media. And we produce films and do photography as well.
You succeed to connect profession and passion toward video and photography. And how is it hard in country where you live?
I think that's something we're still learning. I think connecting passion and profession is really difficult, and in most jobs there are days of your job you like more than others, and I would say that's true for us. It was definitely easier in Peru. We spoke the language. This made things much more efficient. In Turkey, we're still learning how to work with translators well, how to work with producers, and these are new skills, but really good to have. I don't think you should be limited by the languages you speak in telling stories. It's a skill you can do across cultures and across languages if you have the right resources.
You also speak Spanish.
Sí.
But I think combining both things, it's a process. Every day, every time we pick up a camera and go tell a story, we're always learning. But the subject of the workshop was teaching the students how to tell a story with video in 1 minute. So I'm very satisfied with the energy that everyone put into this assignment. We went into the field, people were looking for their stories. That was the first part of the process. The second part was back here, piecing everything together. I saw a lot of enthusiasm, and at the end we enjoyed. We looked at what they produced, and that was it was great. It was great.
We went to a small town, and small towns I think are wonderful for this type of workshop because people are really open and willing to give you their time and share with you, probably more than in a city. I'm from a small town, and they're my favorite laboratories for learning.
We had the chance to watch your films last evening. And what's your feeling when you watch together with the audience?
I would say it's really interesting to hear what people react to and what they don't. Sometimes it's the opposite of what you'd think, so it's pretty neat. Of course, as a perfectionist, I also see all the things I could have done better. But that's good. You learn from it and you move forward.
And for me, actually, I'm really excited when I get to show it someone who hasn't seen it before, because that's the whole point of making videos. That it's not only for me or for a small audience. I would love as many people as possible to watch the films that we make. So it's exciting. I'm really happy when I show it.
Do you have some favorite film what you created?
Well, I think every short film that we make, it's a little bit like a child. So. I would be inclined to say I love them all the same, but each one of them is a different experience. But there's one that I really like, that it's about my grandmother, and I made it. Now it wasn't an assignment or anything like that. It was just she's a person that is close to me, to my life. She's always been present one way or another in my life. So I would say that that's my favorite. Short film.
Personal.
It's a personal. Well, I love people. Everything that has to do with other human beings. I'm interested in people more than landscapes or anything, which are beautiful just by themselves. But everything that has to do with people and the relationship with other humans, with the environment. Yeah.
And for me, I worked on a video about a man who talks to people on the radio in Argentina that we saw last night. And I think that's one of my favorites because it was the first film I did alone in Spanish. And it was very nerve-wracking. I was very nervous about going and doing the interview and being with these people who didn't speak English. So I had to overcome a lot of anxiety and fear with the language. One advice I would give, especially walking around the room today, I saw this in this particular workshop, is when people go cutting and they're working with video for the first time, generally they cut the clip for twice as long as it actually needs to be. So what you think is good, cut it in half, and that's probably about what you should be looking at. Videos need to move, they need to captivate interest. We're living in a world of so much content online and on television that we need to really capture attention and give as much information in an elegant way as possible.
And my advice would be to focus on subjects that interest you, because that way, working on that documentary is not hard. You're doing it because you love it, and you're gonna give it your best. I think here in Fotorama and in Serbia, everyone has made me feel like I'm at home. It's my first time in this part of the world, and I could not feel more welcomed. No, it was great. We have a very diverse group, skill level. All our colleagues, they are photojournalists. They do video professionally, and I think doing something professionally, there are other facts that get in the way. Being here, all the students are doing photography and video because they love it. And it was great to see this passion for just photography, as simple as that. It was very inspiring.
It's hard to add anything to that. Those are my feelings as well. We felt very welcomed here. I guess the only thing I can think to add is that the food was quite delicious. In particular, this gypsy bread I tried that was just great.
Moje ime je Tamara Gavrić, ja sam freelance dizajner, a vi gledate Lufting.
Dobrodošla u emisiju Lufting. Ti si dizajner, ali se inače baviš freelansom. Reci nam nešto više o tom šta je zapravo freelance.
Pa, freelance je način rada, konkretno mi se bavimo online freelancingom u smislu da se bavimo svim poslovima koji mogu da se rade putem interneta. Svakako je način gde pristupamo većim brojem poslova, pristupamo klijentima do kojih možda ne bismo pristupili ovako lokalno, znači prosto iz svih delova sveta, poslovima kojima želimo se bavimo i projektima koje možda ne možemo da nađemo u našoj zemlji ili našem gradu.
A da je najbolje po tebi početi da se bavi čovek freelansom?
Odmah. Apsolutno nema nekog momenta kada je najbolje. Svakako kada čovjek je već neki spreman, ima neku veštinu, odnosno neko znanje koje može virtualno, da kažem, da proda, odnosno da ponudi, tad je pravi moment. Apsolutno ništa drugo ne može da ga koči, je potreban samo kompjuter i internet. Ja se nekih 10 godina bavim freelancingom, tako što sam počela da radim za klijente koji su iz neke druge zemlje i onda prosto na taj način sam želela da nastavim da radim sa njima. Pristupila sam na platformu i našla i niz nekih drugih klijenata s kojima i dan danas sarađujem.
Kako si zadovoljna organizacijom festivala i kakvi su tvoji utisci sa Fotorame?
Sada sam oduševljena, zaista. Ovo je prvi put da sam na festivalu i da učestvujem ovde i zaista sve pohvale.
Ja sam Ratko Asanović, ja sam X-Rate Kolorati i vi gledate Lufting.
5 godina je Fotorame, vi sarađujete već par godina.
Da.
Koliko si zadovoljan saradnjom sa Markom i uopšte sa ovim festivalom?
Pa, sa njima sam, da kažem, veoma zadovoljan, sarađujemo već 2 godine, već da ima tu i ovako privatne saradnje kod njih u fotoklubu Apollo. Ja sam se generalno prvo upoznao sa suorganizatorom Nikolom Miljkovićem i u suštini sa njim je to sve i počelo. Tako da sam sa Markom nastavio uspešnu saradnju do sada.
Šta je zapravo kalibrator i koliko je on važan za monitor, tablet, mobilni telefon?
Kalibrator je uređaj visoke preciznosti koji koristimo za, kako ime kaže, kalibraciju i profilisanje monitora i uopšte izlaznih uređaja na kojima ćemo raditi i prikazivati neke fotografije, slike sa kojima radimo. Pa bitno je zbog kompletnog procesa. Prvo, ukus je u suštini subjektivna stvar kao i boja, a to treba da se prevede u neki objektivan svet, tako da boje koje vidimo na ekranu treba da prenesemo uopšte u štampi, što je uopšte i cilj, da kažem, nekog umetnika ko se bavi nekom fotografijom ili uopšte digitalnom umetnošću.
Koji bi ti uređaj izdvojio kao neku preporuku naših gledalcima?
Vašim gledalcima pa zavisi, da kažem, kakav im je obim posla, ali lično i1 Display Pro, najnoviju generaciju X-Rate kalibratora, mislim da je to jedan izvrstan uređaj, tako da definitivno bi imali korist koristeći taj uređaj. Fotografi, da kažem, još nemaju svest o uopšte procesu kalibrisanja i koliko je to bitno, a da znaju koliko je bitna stvar, jednostavno koristili bi više i uštedelo bi im dosta i vremena, truda i novca pre svega, to što bi videli na ekranu dobili bi definitivno u štampi i tako.
Delili ste i neke nagrade, koje su to nagrade bile?
Pa konkretno generalni zastupnik, sponzor našeg događaja ovde Fotorami za ovu našu radionicu, poklonio je jedan kolorimetar firme X-Rite, uređaj i1 Display Pro, mislim da je u pitanju i teko papir za fotografu.
My name is Steve McCurry and you are watching Lufting.
Šta gledate? Lufting. Vi gledate Lufting. Laki noć.